looking at the explicit formula for an arithmetic sequence. So this is another formula that you can use to find numbers in a sequence. It is better than the recursive one, and you'll see here in a second why. So we're going to write the explicit formula and then find a of 23. So what that translates to is find the 23rd term. Okay, find the 23rd term. That's what I'm trying to do. So here's my sequence, one that I've used before, and it's going to be 3, 8, 13, and 18. Okay. So if I was to make a table out of these, we can kind of understand the information here, right? So my first term is a 3. My second term, so these would be my a of n's, and these are my n's. My third term is 13. My fourth term is 18, right? So to use the recursive formula, which is just to add a 5, right? You can see my common difference is 5. So if I want to do that, I can just find the fifth term. I can get to, 23, and it wouldn't even that bad to find the sixth term, right? Just add another 5. Well, they want me to find the 23rd term, and that's going to take me a while. And they could even ask me to find the millionth term or the trillionth term, and you go, okay, then this is obviously not going to work to add 5s, a million times. So we need another way. So the explicit formula gives us that. So let me show you. This is the explicit formula. Okay, so it's a sub 1, which is the first term, okay, and d is our common difference. That's this number that I keep adding every time. Okay, so I need to know the first term and the common difference. So if I look at it, I go, okay, well, it's relatively easy to see here in the sequence, right? 3, 8, 13, 18, 23, 28. So the first term is 3. Okay. I'm going to leave the n's, and then common difference is a 5. All right, so there's my formula. So what do I do with it? Well, what's nice about this, if I want to find the 23rd term, I don't need the 22nd term. I can just jump right into it. So if I want to find a of 23, you can see I basically made my n a 23. Well, that's the same n. All right, and then I start to work this out. Order of operations tells me to do this times 5. Right, so 22 times 5 is 110. And that's 113. All right, so substantially faster than just listing out the table, right? And now it's pretty easy to find any term. Okay, if I wanted to, let's say, okay, let's find a bigger one. Let's find the 101st term. Okay, the 101st term now, I'd say, okay, well, let me come down here, there's a little more room. I would say I still need the first term, which is a of 1. This time, instead of putting a 23 here, I'm going to put 101 equals 5, right? And I do 3 plus 100 times 5. Oops, sorry, wrote that wrong. This should be times 5. And then that's 3 plus 500, and it's 503. So I can use this to find any term in the sequence. Let's do one more example with another sequence. So if I do -2, -5, -8, and -11, okay. So in this case, I'll just make one up here. I'm going to find a of 13. That's the one I'm going to go ahead and find one after I get done. So the first thing I need to figure out is the common difference. Okay. So this is -3 is how you get to get from the next term. You subtract a 3 or add a positive or add a -3. So let me just rewrite my formula here. And so there's really only two things you need to plug in to create it, and then when you actually use it, you need only one more piece of information. Okay. So to actually create the formula, I need two pieces of information. I just need that one and that one. That will create the formula. I need to know the first term and the common difference. Okay. So if I look at this, kind of create my chart again, right? First term, second term, third term, fourth term. So my first term is negative 2 plus n minus 1, and d in this case is right there. It's my negative 3. Now you got to be careful here because that says subtract a 3, so I need to put parentheses around that to show that it's actually multiplication. So let's go ahead and find the 13th term. So I'm going to say a of 13 equals negative 2 plus, and I plugged in a 13 for the n. Right? Now I'm going to go ahead and work this out. Okay. Now be careful with your positives and negatives here. So right here we're looking at 36 negative, right? And then we get negative 38, right? That would be my 13th term.